Hi everyone, welcome to the Menzies School of Health Research podcast series for the NT Youth Health Summit initiative called Youth Choices, Youth Voices, where we aim to hear from young people and specialists about youth health priorities and issues affecting young people's health in the NT. A special shout out to our sponsors for this event, including Hot North, Charles Darwin University, the Northern Territory Government, NTPHN, Bridging the Gap, Ironbark Corporation and Chart Air. I'm Sarah Clifford, and today on episode 6, I'll be having a chat with Melanie Gunner, who works with Balanced Choice in Alice Springs. Melanie is an advocate for youth mental wellbeing, a former chair of the Youth Roundtable, and winner of the Glencore McArthur River Mining Regionals and Rural Initiative Award. Melanie has been committed to communicating how life is different in the regional and rural communities. Melanie has experience delivering workshops and presentations. She now works for Balanced Choice, which is an organisation passionate about supporting young people across the Territory. They work closely with young people to encourage them to make positive choices. Welcome to the podcast, Melanie. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me, Sarah.
So first off, you were involved in the 2019 Youth Health Summit that was held in Darwin. Can you tell us a little bit about your highlights from that?
It's so difficult to minimise it to any particular highlights. The whole conference was quite amazing, and it was the first thing I've ever been to something held like that for the Territory. It was definitely one of the first times I got to experience a balanced choice session by Adam Drake. So that was definitely a really big highlight, and I wouldn't have thought that today I would be working for him. And also being a keynote speaker on the panels, talking about climate action for young people was definitely a big highlight as well, I would say. But just being invited and meeting all these amazing young people, like the current NT Youth Roundtable at the time, and other professionals in the Menzies program, it was just amazing, the whole thing.
Well, you were incredible. I was there and I loved your keynote. It was very interesting. And you mentioned you're now working for Adam with Balanced Choice. So you obviously work with young people now in your job. What do you reckon the best part of that is?
Yeah, well, I've actually been working with young people since I started working for the town council in Alice Springs. So it's been about 4 years that I've been working in the youth sector, and it's the whole time has been amazing. But working for Balanced Choice, there is so many amazing young people that you meet that you don't really get the chance to meet outside of other programs. Like working with the Youth Detention Centre, working with the young women out there is quite amazing and rewarding. Karen Sheldon's Future Stars program. I actually got to travel up to Tennant Creek earlier in the year to deliver a Future Stars program up there, which was amazing. Balanced Choice just offers so much flexibility, but so many opportunities at the same time, which is quite amazing. And it's been really great for my lifestyle and my mental health, which is, definitely a bonus.
Absolutely. So what do you think are the most important things for young people to know about maintaining their health and well-being?
The first thing that comes to mind is to definitely know and understand that it's okay to not be okay, be it physical or mental health. A lot of people struggle in this world, and it's not okay to really stay silent and bottle it up. You have to really speak out about it. There's in the Territory, there's a lot of things that are affecting young people nowadays, which was covered in the 2019 Youth Health Summit, which was put down to 4 key things, which I know was mental health, climate action, education, like sexual education and health education. And then the 4th one, which always slips my mind, I can't remember what it is.
Meaningful engagement.
Yeah, it's just it's really important for people to be educated about health and well-being and how to take care of themselves, be it disconnecting from social media, going for walks, catching up with friends, little things like that, small routines, and
So you mentioned the kind of challenges that were raised in the 2019 Youth Health Summit. Do you think that those are still relevant 2 years later? Do you think that they've changed? What do you think the main challenges facing young people in the NT are in 2021?
Well, since 2019, the only action that has been taken from the Youth Health Summit was going up to government, which made a big difference in us getting heard. But in terms of any of the main subjects changing positively, I feel like is a big challenge and wasn't really achieved in 2 years. So particularly the battle against mental health and the education around sexual health and the climate action awareness, it's still on the back burner. Like, we're still working on it. So yeah, I definitely feel like those key issues are still relevant today. And with COVID coming up and all these other new factors, there's definitely more that are affecting young people nowadays as well.
And you mentioned the climate crisis, and I know you're very passionate about the environment. It was one of the things that you talked about when you gave your keynote. Can you tell us some of the concerns that you have around young people and the environment, and sort of what ongoing work is happening in the Territory around that?
Well, here in Alice Springs, we have this organisation called CAFA, which is Central Australian Frack-Free Alliance. And I've been working closely with them trying to get more awareness out there through my earring business and like making frack-free awareness earrings to start conversations, which is quite interesting. I feel that young people are aware of the climate crisis, but they're not educated on it as well as they should be. Like, with the reason that I became so passionate about it is because I had the opportunity to go to a climate action conference down in Melbourne. And that's what educated me. I went to these keynote speakers. I talked to other young people who are passionate about it, these professionals, everything. And ever since then, I've just been self-educating myself on the internet and having conversations with friends and everything like that to kind of make myself more aware, and then taking one step at a time each day to try and limit my impact on the environment, like recycling, changing products, changing things that I use to clean the house, making sure that I don't use plastic bags at the shopping centres, stuff like that. Like, little steps like that can really help. And I feel like young people are interested in it and they do want to be educated, but there's not a platform for them to be educated, that's easily acceptable for them. Any
thoughts on making that platform? Just to add to your huge list of things that you're already doing.
Always. Well, I like to have the conversations. I don't like to pressure the conversation on a young person if it's not something on their mind. But if it's something that they do address with me, I jump at that opportunity to talk to them about it, talk to them about fracking, about the climate action, documentaries they should watch, stuff like that. It's quite, I don't know, we do have an AYCC group here in Alice Springs, but it's very small. People are constantly moving. Alice Springs is very transparent that way, and plus with COVID, it's been really difficult to do that. But it's way bigger than just myself to educate. I feel like, well, I hope if anyone's listening to this, that they might feel inspired to have conversations with their friends or talk to ministers or watch documentaries around climate action. It's very important that we become aware of it so that we can make the change.
Yeah, absolutely. So just before we wrap up, you've talked about all of the things you do, which are incredible, and it's this huge long list. Do you have any spare time?
I do. Actually, at the moment, since I've left a full-time job, so I'm not working 8:30 to 5 anymore, which has been very amazing for me, but also challenging, because since I'm a very busy person, I like to be to that sort of anxiety stress level where you're just so productive. It's definitely changed a lot, but my spare time I've actually turned into my art time, and working on my art business, which I never got to do in the previous years that I was working full time. So that's been really amazing. Definitely have a lot of creative headaches, but it's been really great to reconnect with that creative side of myself. Also, I've been reconnecting with nature and my dog, going for walks. We go on these amazing walks on the Ndulia Hills here in Alice Springs, with me and my friend and I with my dog, which is really amazing. It's good to debrief that way because she still works full time, so it gives her an opportunity to debrief to me and just be that friend for her. I've been able to reconnect with a lot of things that I haven't been able to do in the previous years. So it's been really, I'm really grateful for the time I've been given.
It sounds like you're really practicing what you preach around mental well-being, which is wonderful to hear.
It's quite amazing to be able to, practice what you tell other people they should be doing, like reconnecting with nature, taking a time out, stuff like that. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, very grateful for that.
That's incredible. I'm very happy for you. It sounds like you have a very well-rounded life.
To some extent.
Well, thank you so much for joining the podcast today. We really, really appreciate it. Is there anything that you wanted to add or a final message to young people before we go?
I would just say to the young people out there that if they are interested in becoming more educated in stuff that they can do for their territory, they should really reach out to young people like myself in Alice Springs, the NT Youth Roundtable, the Menzies team, anything like that, to really get their foot in the door to help out with these amazing projects. I'm very grateful that I got to be a part of these sort of things. So get on board.
Fabulous. We love a call to action. That was the 6th episode of our Menzies Health Research podcast series for the NT Youth Health Summit initiative called Youth Choices, Youth Voices. Thanks again, Mel. If you can, please support the Youth Health Summit initiative by getting in touch via the Menzies School of Health Research website. Thank you for listening. Please join us again next time.